Conde Nast Traveler called this place the tastiest destination in North America in 2023. With nearly twice as many places to eat as New York City, award-winning restaurants, and a thriving street food scene, you can find it all here, from warming spiced coffees to hearty petroleras. Welcome to Mexico City.
Today we're going on the ultimate food tour of Mexico City, exploring a part of the city that my friends and friends of friends who live here all said, wow, I've actually never really explored over there. Tell me about it. And we're gonna have some food that you absolutely cannot miss, so let's get into it.
Today we're checking out Azcapotzalco, an area much older than the central part of Mexico City that was once agricultural, then industrial, and is now rapidly changing to a post-industrial orientation. So one morning in Mexico City, we headed there to meet up with our Culinary Backstreets guide, who's a wealth of knowledge about the city and about Mexican cuisine.
Hi, I'm Liz Flores. I'm a culinary guide for Culinary Backstreets in Mexico City. We are in Azcapotzalco. I've been working for this company for 5 years now. I love the way that a culture intersects with food and the way that you get to know people through the way that they eat. Having people from all over the world in my city and getting the chance to show them how Mexico City works on a more personal level and one-on-one level is a fantastic job to have.
For our first stop, we are headed to what our guide Liz says is one of the best restaurants in Mexico City. It was one of the first proper sit-down restaurants to open here in this neighborhood. It's a little bit further away from the Central District, and it is Michelin-rated, so let's see.
Nico's was one of the first proper sit-down restaurants to open in this neighborhood, and in addition to being highly awarded, was one of the first restaurants in Mexico City to offer only Mexican wines on the menu.
So we just sat down in Nico's, and we're starting the day with Café de Olla.
Café de Olla is kind of a combination between a chai and a really light coffee. First you make an infusion with cinnamon, raw sugar, which is called piloncillo, and orange. Sometimes they put chocolate in it, sometimes they do anise seeds, and then a very quick steep of coffee grounds.
It smells delicious, I will say. First sip of Café de Olla. Oh, it's so good. It's a little bit sweet, but not too sweet. I would like milk though. I'm a milky coffee person, so to me it's like not complete without some fat, but the underlying flavor is beautiful. Next up, we're trying one of Nico's signature dishes. It's a play on huevos rancheros with a sauce that has been passed down in this family for generations. A very typical breakfast food, right? The tortillas are made in-house, the bread is made in-house, they have their own farm, they're growing a lot of their own vegetables that they serve here. Look at that bite. It's perfect. The egg is perfectly cooked. The sauce is really flavorful. It has a little kick on the back end, but it's not overwhelming. So say hi to Shan and Callie. We're in Mexico City together because we've been friends for 10 years. How these people put up with me for 10 years, I do not know. I am bitchy, a little grouchy, I hate mornings. Kind of demanding and incredibly over the top, but you know, from Oman when we met as basically kids to now, we're locked in.
This is a real test for a well-made Mexican tortilla, which is good quality corn, Nixtamal. It doesn't break, it doesn't matter how many times.
So this is the chicharrón con salsa verde. Take some of this beautiful fried pork into a fresh taco, and then some of the beans. True test will be, can I eat this without getting it on myself? Liz says the rule is you come to the taco doesn't come to you. Chicharrón con salsa verde. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so tender. The sauce is so flavorful and kind of cuts through the fattiness of the pork, which is nice. I was worried about this being a little bit too fatty, but it's perfection. So our guide said these are very common breakfast foods, this and the chilaquiles, which I'm going to show y'all next, because they're made with leftovers. With leftover pork, leftover tortillas. You can throw this together for breakfast. It's very hearty. I wish my leftovers at home tasted like this. Okay, my next bite. I'm very excited for this one. Chilaquiles paranderos. Hangover chilaquiles. It's fatty, it's rich. There's a little bit of cheese, chorizo and chicken. The sauce looks amazing. Let's try to get the perfect bite. I want a bite that has everything. Okay, I like this red sauce. It's really flavorful. It does have some heat, but it's not overwhelming. I do love a fried tortilla. I also really like chorizo. So,
We're gonna have enchiladas de mole, mole de la casa, which is the recipe of the family. There are as many moles as Mexican families. This is a very traditional black mole based on the mole from Puebla. Because it's the recipe of the house, the flavor is gonna be very different. If you have ever had mole before, it's gonna be a surprise.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I've had a lot of mole in my life. I love Mexican food. I love mole. This one has like sweeter elements. It's on the sweet-ish side, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. And it definitely has a savory element, like a little bit of umami. There's a little bit of chocolate in this for sure. It's beautiful. And it's not so rich that I couldn't eat a whole serving of this, but also you should order two. The flavors go really nicely with the spices and the coffee, actually. It's like a nice balance.
I always tell people that the tours with us are like a day that you spend with your parents. You're not gonna pay for anything today. You're not gonna make any decisions today. I know where the bathroom is. I have wet wipes in case you get messy.
So after a few minutes walking, we've arrived to our next stop. This is a Yucatecan restaurant, so food from the Yucatan Peninsula. Liz says there's a small menu. We're gonna try the whole menu. I'm so excited.
What's distinct, or what should we know about food from the Yucatan Peninsula?
The most famous dish of the Yucatan Peninsula is Cochinita Pibil. Pibil is a Maya word that means underground, and it was traditionally pork that is marinated in spices and then cooked in an underground oven. In the modern day, of course, they use pressure cooks, but it uses spices that are native to the state of Yucatan, like annatto seeds and one specific type of orange.
So we're seated at La Cochinita Mia, which is cute. It's small, it's open air, the music's going. Trying my first sip. This is agua de chaya. Chaya is a tree that's native to the Yucatan. Google says was spread to America and Africa throughout the trade, the Atlantic trade. I'm pretty sure Google means the transatlantic slave trade. We're just gonna be honest here, but let's try it. It's like a refreshing, limey, almost like a limeade, but it has an earthy element to it. A little bit grassy, but I like it because it's not overwhelming. It's not as strong as wheatgrass. It's much lighter on the palate. So this is cochinita, which the original recipe calls for this to be cooked underground overnight, but they're making it in a pressure cooker, which I assume is how most people would make it at home in a city when they have a confined space. Looks amazing. Traditionally made with pork.
Cochinita means little pork.
He said actually it's baby pork, which it's sad, but I'm still gonna eat it. So here on the grill, they're making panuchos, which are little tortillas stuffed with beans. They look like little crispy tortilla Hot Pockets. Next bite, sopa de lima. This is a hybrid citrus, and so sopa de lima is a chicken soup made with this other type of citrus. I would say that it's like a lime note, but also like an earthy element to it. It's definitely a citrus, but it's its own thing. Let's try some of the soup. Oh yeah, it's just a nice, fragrant, gracias, flavorful chicken soup.
Very refreshing.
This is probably what I should be eating because I landed last night late. I got to where we're staying. My friends brought me some takeout. I ate it. It was delicious. And then at 3 a.m., I woke up and threw up 4 times. I felt like I had a fever and just my whole body was hot and sweaty. Then I had some explosive number 2 and went back to sleep. I woke up this morning and was like, well, I feel great. I definitely feel cleansed. We still have to go on this food tour because I can't miss it. So something like this that's like easy to digest and slow cooked is probably exactly what I need. So this is panucho cochinita. So it's the little mini stuffed bean tortilla that we saw on the grill with cochinita on top. Let's see. I love cochinita, and this is amazing. It's so juicy. It does have like the tiniest hint of sweetness, but I wouldn't even call it sweet and savory, the flavor profile. It is very savory, very rich. The meat is really tender. Look at the juice is just dripping. Definitely bring yourself to the taco. Don't bring the taco to you. She was right. So this is another panucho. The topping is completely different though. This is relleno negro. It's a type of mole, chil mole, Liz says. It's gonna taste very different from the mole we had at the last stop. And I love tours like this. We're on stop 2, we're trying foods from very different cultural and culinary traditions within Mexico, modern Mexico. And you get to see how vast those traditions are. Interestingly enough, I think this one has sweeter elements than the cochinita. It's a sweet and smoky blend. Smoky, salty. This is great. But there's definitely ash in here. You can taste it. And it's in the mouthfeel a little bit. I don't know if I can choose a favorite from the two different panuchos. They're very different, but I love both of them. And they both have flavor profiles that are very distinct. And this is all they serve at this restaurant. A couple drinks, the soup, and these panuchos. I guess that just goes to show that they've been here for more than 10 years. If you're doing it right, you don't have to have a huge menu.
Nahuatl, which was the lingua franca of Mesoamerica, is agglutinative, like German. You put words together, you get longer words, right? Azcatl, ant. Putzali, anthill. Co, place. Co is a locative particle that you see in many words in Mexico. Mexico, place. Xochimilco, place. So if you see a word that ends in co, it's probably a place. Because Azcapotzalco was a very old city, it was the first settlement in the lake area, it contains many of the legends that gave rise to the mythology of the entire lake area. One day, the humans wake up and the corn that they have been saving is gone. They're gonna die, right? Because that's all they eat. So they plead to the gods. And the gods, the Mexican gods are standoffish. The idea is we made humans, we can make more, right? They're like, whoops, you're gonna die. But one of the four main gods is the god Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl was a man who committed an unforgivable sin, and he was banished from his town. He had to travel for many, many years, and when he came back, he was a very old and wise man. Traveling makes you wise. So he becomes a very wise man, and they make him a priest. When he dies, he becomes a god. Quetzalcoatl is the god of everything that is creative in the human world. He is the god of traveling. He is the god of the arts, of music. But because Quetzalcoatl was, in one moment, a man, he appears in many of the legends where gods intervene in human affairs. Quetzalcoatl says, okay, I'm gonna save humanity. Quetzalcoatl has the power of transformation. He comes to the world and he's roaming the land. One day, he goes through a mountain and he sees a tiny red ant that is carrying a kernel of corn. So Quetzalcoatl transforms into a black ant, which is smaller than the red one, and he follows the ant through a tiny hole in the mountain. Inside the mountain, he finds the anthill. Behind the anthill, he finds the corn that the ants had been stealing. He brings the corn back and he saves the world. So that place is Azcapotzalco.
We're going to a tortilla factory. We're gonna have a salt taco. So basically a fresh tortilla with salt.
Now, I'm gonna show you how to roll it. Parallel hands. Look at the position of my hand.
Okay,
right? If you do
she's
this,
rolling it.
It's not going to work. Like this. It has to be completely parallel to your other hand. Take a little bit and roll.
Ah, it's like magic. Okay, we're gonna attempt the roll. Oh no, I didn't go fast.
You gotta like roll it a little bit first.
Roll it a little bit.
Like get a little to work with, yeah.
It's all in the hand, Callie. It's all in the hand. Oh, okay. So wait, parallel, and then you check it a little bit. I'm just gonna, nope.
So you gotta get the skew. Give you a little to work with, and then you just gotta roll it.
There you go. Okay. So we're standing in this traditional tortilla operation. In the back corner, there's big bags of corn. So then they cook it in this vat back there, this big metal, and then it goes in this Nixtamal solution for 12 to 18 hours. And then it comes out and it gets ground. And then it gets pressed and cooked. Quite the labor-intensive food to make a tortilla. So anytime you hear someone be like, oh, it's expensive for tacos, tell them to go do all of that just to get the base of a taco and then come talk to you about how much the taco costs. We're grabbing our next bite from here. For people who live in this area, this would be a common stop to get fresh tortillas every day. People come every day because the tortillas have to be fresh. Yeah, it's worth coming every day to get these fresh.
And that tortilla factory processes 4,000 pounds of corn a day. And it just serves the local neighborhood, which goes to show people eat a lot of tortillas here.
So we walked a few blocks down from the tortilla factory to sit here on this little curb, and we're gonna have a pulque tasting. Pulque is a drink made from fermented cactus. We have these little tiny, oh my God, they're so cute.
It's like our little tattoo. Oh my God, right.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna pour a little tasting.
This is agua miel.
Agua miel.
Not fermented.
Okay, so this first taste is not fermented. It's just the juice of the plant. It's called agua miel.
Smell it.
Oh, it's very sweet. The smell is earthy, which makes sense. It's plant juice. Not as sweet as I thought it was gonna be. I don't know how to describe these flavors. It's light, it's not citrusy. I almost feel like it tastes like it has coconut in it.
Yeah.
It has like almost a coconut element in it. So all of these jugs and containers are flavored pulque, so different flavored variations of this cactus juice that we're trying. So many of them set up here in this stall. People have been walking up and filling water bottles, filling jugs. We're sitting here drinking these little cups. Okay, so now she's pouring the actual pulque, which is the agua miel, the water from the plant, but that's been fermented for 12 hours? Maybe longer. 12 or so hours. This is good pulque knowledge Liz just gave us. She said smell it first. It should smell yeasty. It should not smell like fruit going bad. And it should not smell like alcohol. And if it does, that means that the colony of bacteria in it that makes it fermented and delicious has probably died. And then once that bacteria dies, this can also upset your stomach and not be good for you. So, it does have a coconutty flavor. Very mild coconut almost. I wouldn't know how else to describe it. It's like a thicker kombucha a little bit. That's delicious though. It's really refreshing. And this is what you would typically have with pulque. She said basically some sort of taco. Not a specific taco, but just like a taco in the square, taco placero. You have some pulque and you sit and you eat whatever you got. Just a little rice. Thank you. Egg. And these are just supplies that they were selling at the tortilla factory, so we grabbed whatever they had. I do love a handheld food. God, this tortilla is so flexible and beautiful and light. In the States, a lot of people prefer flour tortillas for the texture, but if they had corn tortillas like this, they probably wouldn't have that preference. This is beef, you said? Uh-huh. Ooh, look at that, wow. I'm standing here, camera in one hand, taco in another. We're adding some chicharron. Oh, we really doing it today. Well, so this is stop like 3 or 4 out of 7. Don't go on these tours if you're not hungry. Gotta have some salsa. Cheers. This is pro level right here. I love chicharron. Who would have known a park taco would be so good? You get that crispy chicharron. The beef is really tender. I like the salsa. This is just like essence of pulled tender beef in taco form. Pineapple, guava, celery pulque. She said to fight a cold. It's green.
Ooh. There's just like a little bit more sweetness to it too, with the pineapple.
I think it's too sweet for me.
Yeah, really sweet though.
You do get a lot. I get a lot of the pineapple, like right up front. It's like pineapple kombucha. It's probably a little too sweet for me. Yeah, I'll say that. This is pineapple passion fruit. I hope I love this one because I love passion fruit.
That's
delicious. That passion fruit. It's like sweet, but it's not.
Can we make cocktails with this? She said no cocktails because it doesn't keep, but it takes 12 years for a plant to grow big enough that you can start castrating it and making this from it. So this family-run pulque stop has been on this corner for 19 years. As the neighborhood, 90 years. 90 years. 90. As the neighborhood has changed.
They built the overpass over them in the 70s.
They built the overpass over them. They built this housing block over here, and they're still here. It's quite a labor-intensive process. 12 years to grow these plants to maturity. Then they get scraped twice a day, every day with no breaks. And the fermentation process is really temperature dependent, and pulque doesn't keep. So it has to be brought to the city to be sold every single day. So this flavor is mame, which she said is like a love child between a papaya and a avocado. Ooh, I get a lot of papaya actually. Because you know, papaya also is a little funky.
Yeah.
Like I love a papaya in the morning in Hawaii, but a lot of people don't like it because the smell. Papayas are, when they're ripe, they're ripe. You know what I mean? We're going for coconut now. I might not like it, but that's the beauty of these things. You get to try, you get to figure out what you like. You may not like everything. It's a no for me. Real sweet.
Peanut marzipan. It's like peanut butter.
It's like licking a spoon of peanut
It's like
butter.
a peanut butter
like
smoothie,
it's
like
peanut butter
kind of
smoothie,
taste.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. It's like peanut butter brittle.
Yeah.
I do get some of the marzipan elements. Like it's not just peanut butter.
Brittle is exactly.
Okay, this is my favorite one, I think. So we finished our pulque tasting and we walked just a couple blocks and now we're at Fábrica. It used to be a factory and now it is this public art and communal space that's gorgeous. There's some really beautiful street art and graffiti. There's such a range of art depicted. They're bringing in artists and commissioning murals from all over the world. Look at this exterior wall here. Look at this piece. And then the detail of the like spinal column coming up. This is such a cool use of a decommissioned industrial space because it brings people into the neighborhood. So probably to visit local businesses as well. And it beautifies what otherwise would probably sit empty and then just decay. I absolutely love this piece, with kind of like the two heads merging into one. But I love it, A, for the septum ring detail, and also these grills. I won't lie, I love a grill and I want one. And I love the kind of tooth framing, these sort of like dental art. Netflix Mexico and other TV studios also film in some parts of the factory and have created sets in there. It's a really cool use of this space. This is also a bathroom stop, which sounds silly, but when you're wandering around a foreign city and you really gotta go, that kind of local knowledge is important. And we're on our way to our next stop, which is actually for a beer, which sounds lovely. It's like 75 and breezy. We've eaten a lot. We're gonna eat some more. We're walking around. It's a beautiful afternoon. It's the perfect time to sit and have a beer. So we're at our next stop. We've sat down, and the amount of food I've eaten today is starting to catch up with me. But tell us where we are, Liz.
We are in Las Petroleras, which was specifically created to feed the men who worked in the refinery over 60 years ago. That's the only thing they sell. We're gonna have one for the table.
Well, this shop is just on the sign, it just says
Las Petroleras, and that's the dish.
because that's all that they serve.
That's
Oh,
all.
very cool. So she has these big, thick tortillas on the grill. She's oiling them up so that they get nice and crisp and form the base of the dish. Tortilla fat grill, like I already know I'm gonna like it. Adding the black beans. Oh, making a nice thick layer. Red sauce. Green salsa, so like half and half. Spread of cheese. Fresh onion. They're gonna add the meat to the grill. This is a thing of beauty. And it's ready so quickly. I can see why this is like a good meal to stop in for, or as it developed as a good meal for workers in the factory nearby who needed something quick and hearty. We also got a cerillo, which is, it means matchstick, but it's a beer. It's rimmed with spicy tamarind paste and roasted sesame seeds. I'm just gonna try the
You open it and then you lick and drink.
Oh, that's good.
It's a gateway.
That's really good. It's nutty and sweet and spicy. Yeah, I don't even like beer that much, and I bet you I'm gonna drink this whole thing. It's giving phallic, I'm gonna say that. It's nice. It makes for like an interactive drink, and you get the crunchy and the sweet. And as somebody who's like actually not the biggest fan of beer in general, I have some beers that I like, but I'm pretty picky. This is more fun. It's more interesting for me. I'm like, oh, I would have this. Make my beer an activity, and I will drink your beer. Oh my God, this is one serving?
One serving. Essentially, it's a tortilla, a thick tortilla. They put a little bit of lard, so it slightly fries in the grill. Beans, onion, cheese, two kinds of salsa, green and red, and you can ask for any of the toppings that they have. Today we're gonna have queso Oaxaca and a beef steak.
Honestly, I haven't even tried it, and I can tell you I probably prefer this to a pizza. But we're eating this with our hands, and I'm a messy eater in the first place. I can't be trusted, so let's see how this goes, but it looks so freaking good. You have the beans, you have the meat, you have the tortilla, Oaxacan cheese, two types of salsa. Actually, I'm just gonna try to scooch some from the side. Yeah, that's delicious. Oh, I have food on my chin. Yeah. There's some diced raw onion on top, which is nice. It adds a little sharpness and a little bite because the beans and the meat and the cheese are ultra savory. But then this also helps cut through it as well. So it's a nice balance of kind of fatty, meaty, cheesy, but then really fresh and bright as well. If I ate an entire portion of this, I would be asleep for the rest of the day and maybe well into tomorrow. I would hibernate like a bear, but I would be a happy bear. I don't like macaroni sauce at all. Wow. So this is our very first day in Mexico City. And the thing is, I feel like all of our food after this, because we're not with Liz, who can just teach us everything and walk us into these tiny places that honestly we probably would have ignored because we didn't know what they serve. And this place does not cater to tourists at all. And I would say on the tour today, we haven't seen a lot of tourists, very, very few. So like, how would we find this on our own? This is some like, I wouldn't even call it a hidden gem. This is just local knowledge. Tomorrow, when we're on our own in Mexico City, I'm gonna be sad. Liz, come save us. Nope, but Culinary Backstreets did give us a book, which you get with each tour, which has all of their Mexico City pics. We will be using this for the rest of our trip.
What a beautiful day to explore. Down we go.
The joy of doing this on a tour is we don't have to worry about getting a Metro card.
Liz got us. Getting our tickets. Wait, the Metro cards are so pretty. The card's loaded with 20 pesos for Metro rides, but we can refill this while we're here, so we can use this for our trip. So it's for the whole public transit system. Train, bus, perfect. Down we go. So we started over here today, and then we went over here, and then we went over here. We're gonna end up here.
Okay, the subway was clean and easy to navigate, and now we're back topside in the air. We just came out of the metro station. We've already stopped for a snack. We're having gorditas y empanadas. So these are gorditas, and they're made with creme fraiche, right? Creme fraiche. It's almost like an English muffin pancake. They're griddled here. She's laying out the dough. It's such a street food culture here in Mexico City. Little things you can pick up, eat while you walk, eat on the go. Yep. Time to try my own little gordita. It's light and fluffy and a little sweet. And then we have a little mini Nutella empanada, which look at that. Baby, this is just right. It's not overfilled, it's not too sweet. Little bread baby snacks. Oh my God, there's more.
Doradita.
Doradita?
Doradita.
Ooh, it's like a crunchy sweet flatbread. This would be amazing with lotus spread on it. Okay, next stop, beef birria. Birria is traditionally made with goat, correct? Depends on which region. Okay, so she says this is beef because it's from Guadalajara. And depending on which region birria is from, they might make it with goat or beef. You can see he's dipped them in the vat here. There's consomme down there to get the flavor into the tortilla. Grill it in there. Wow. These look so good. Actual perfection happening right now. So they serve them up with lime and onion, and then there's a big vat of salsa here that you can grab for yourself. She's a beauty. She's so pretty. Liz is just nodding her head like, yeah, I did that. I brought y'all here. I did that. Yeah, that's real good. The lime cuts through the fattiness, as does the onion, which is really nice. Dark salsa is spicy, but I love it. I'm glad I didn't put a ton. My girl likes the heat though. I like spicy foods. My people, we eat spicy food. Mostly I'm not supposed to, according to my acupuncturist. I eat too much spicy food for my constitution, and I'm like, but like,
What's a girl gonna do?
you know.
You can't have a taco with no salsa.
Day one, I'm in love with Mexico City. Very cool architecture, very friendly people so far, even though I'm annoying and asking questions in English, and like, my Spanish is very limited, I'm trying to film, and they're just like, yeah, girl, come over here and get some. At least in the winter, the weather has been lovely. We're off to our next stop, fresh potato chips, because what do you need after a long day of eating? Potatoes. I think we have arrived because I see big vats of oil. Look at that, these are gonna be so good. Scooping them out with this big mesh strainer. Oh yeah. Oh, this is just an automated slicer. This is so cool. He smacks a few potatoes in the back and just sprays them into the oil. It's a potato gun. We got two preparations. This one has a snacking sauce on it. So just a little like lime and hot sauce it looks like. And then she got the other one, con todos. Okay, so these con todos have lime, Worcestershire sauce, I can never say that right, tahini, a little Maggi, a little hot sauce. What else am I missing? Literally have everything. Take a chip, ma'am. I'm gonna try a con todos. Salty, limey, hot, umami, and a little hint of sweet. That's a chip, baby. And now, after all of that, we're heading to a cantina for our last stop.
A real cantina is a place where you pay for alcohol and you get free food. Whatever they have, you don't get to choose.
What was your favorite bite of the day?
I think I still love breakfast. The chicharron might have been my favorite thing. The street taco we had was really good too.
The Birria street tacos, out of control.
I love pulque. Pulque is fantastic. And there is such a deep connection with everything that is Mexico. Agave, agriculture, the agricultural past of Azcapotzalco, together with the train and the factory.
90 years.
90 years continuous production of pulque. 5 generations.
I think for me, it was the Petrolera. I only had a few bites because I was real full, but it's such a hearty meal, and it cooked up so quickly on the grill. And also the flavors were amazing with the red and the green salsa and the beans and the cheese and the fresh onion. Yeah. Though we haven't had our last bites yet, so my opinion could change rapidly.
Limon is a traditional drink in Cantina Dux de Venecia. It's a specialty. It's a cocktail made with full limes, with the rind and everything. In the blender, mint leaves, vodka, simple syrup, soda water, ice. And then strained in a colander. You can see the oil, the essential oils from the lime that raise to the top, and the little pieces of the peel. Mexico is built on top of 3 different pillars or roots, and these are Spanish, European at large, indigenous, which means many different things, right? Many indigenous groups, and black. You were talking about the slave trade that changed things in the Americas and also in the European continent. Those 3 things really are at the base of everything that Mexico is, including the food.
An amazing day. To an amazing tour. Also, I learned so much today. This was the equivalent of a grad school level class in the food culture of Mexico City, right? So like, I feel like we went deep on a few different parts of Mexico City. I feel like I went to college today. Oh, that's real good. And it's always happy hour here, except for Sunday. So we all have our 2 for 1. It's been a good day. And then this is the free food they gave us. Lamb consomme, chicken and green sauce with rice, tortillas, limes. The hospitality is wild. If you made it this far through this long day of eating and drinking, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna link everything we did today in the description, including a link to Culinary Backstreets, who I absolutely love. And this tour, I highly, highly recommend. You know, follow along for more and all that stuff.